Dude, Perfect have dominated trick shots for years, but are they really the best? Today we're putting them to the test. 5 head-to-head matchups against the biggest trick shot challengers on YouTube. Who wins? Let's find out.
Round 1.
Before trick shots became a global spectacle, Dude Perfect was already making headlines. This shot from the stands of a stadium, it was so impressive it even made it onto national news, but they weren't stopping there. By 2016, they had gone bigger, higher, and crazier, dropping a basketball 533 feet from the top of Reunion Tower. For a while, that was the trick shot to beat. But then, along came How Ridiculous. Not only did they break the record, setting a new Guinness World Record at 593 feet, but they did it in just 3 attempts. 3. Let that sink in. Most trick shots take hundreds of tries, and they weren't done yet. A few years later, How Ridiculous went even further, literally, traveling to Africa to drop a shot from 660 feet at Malitsunyane Falls in Lesotho. And if that wasn't enough, they also traveled to London and set the record for the highest backward shot. At this point, it wasn't just about height anymore. How Ridiculous was taking trick shots global. But Dude Perfect wasn't about to let that stand. In 2023, they took the record back, launching a basketball 856 feet from the top of the Strat Hotel in Las Vegas, a new all-time record. So, with Dude Perfect holding the official record, who takes the point? Even though Dude Perfect holds the current record, this round goes to How Ridiculous for breaking the record on 2 different continents and taking the trick shot game worldwide.
Round 2.
Before MrBeast was spending millions on recreating Squid Game, he and his friends had one goal: prove they were better than Dude Perfect. In 2018, MrBeast and his crew rented out a high school gym to recreate Dude Perfect's legendary basketball trick shots. The title? We Are Better Than Dude Perfect. Bold claim. And while some of the shots were impressive, others were, let's just say, highly questionable. Jump cuts, invisible forces at play, and some hilariously fake moments. Meanwhile, Dude Perfect wasn't just making viral videos. They were setting real-world records. One of their most ridiculous records? The longest blindfolded basketball shot, 87 feet. No look, no edits, just pure skill. Then there's the highest basketball bounce shot, 35 feet, 1 inch. Because why just shoot a basketball when you can bounce it off the moon first? At the end of the day, MrBeast's video was entertaining, but Dude Perfect's trick shots were legit. Real records, officially verified, and for that,
Dude Perfect.
Round 3.
if there's one trick shot that took over the internet, it's the bottle flip. What started as a simple playground challenge turned into a global obsession, and 2 channels took it to a whole new level. First up, Dude Perfect. In classic DP fashion, they took bottle flipping and turned it into a spectacle, combining it with basketball shots, obstacle courses, and even giant scale flips. They even set a world record for the highest bottle flip onto a shelf, over 11 feet. But for them, bottle flips were just one part of their trick shot empire. Then, there's That's Amazing. And while Dude Perfect dabbled in bottle flips, these guys dedicated their entire channel to perfecting them. They've set multiple world records, the longest bottle flip ever, most consecutive flips, and even flipping bottles off moving objects. This wasn't just a trend for them, this was their thing. So while Dude Perfect may have done some legendary flips, the dedication award goes to That's Amazing. They took bottle flipping from a challenge to an art form.
Round 4.
Before YouTube, before viral videos, and before Dude Perfect turned trick shots into a business empire, there were the pioneers, legends in billiards, bowling, and basketball who were pulling off jaw-dropping shots long before social media existed. First, let's talk about Andy Varipapa, a bowling icon who made trick shots look effortless. In the 1940s, he wowed audiences by curving balls around obstacles, hitting impossible splits, and even landing multiple strikes in a single throw. His showmanship was unmatched. Then there's Steve Davis, a snooker master who turned precision shots into an art form. With spin, angles, and pure skill, he could sink balls in ways that seemed to defy physics. And of course, the Harlem Globetrotters, the kings of basketball trick shots. Since the 1920s, they've been nailing full-court heaves, behind-the-back swishes, and insane off-the-wall bank shots. They weren't just making trick shots, they were making history. But as incredible as these legends were, trick shots remained a niche, something you'd only see in live exhibitions or sports highlight reels. Then, in the late 2000s, Dude Perfect changed everything.
Perfect.
They took trick shots out of stadiums and bowling alleys and brought them to backyards, rooftops, and even helicopters, making them more relatable, more exciting, and most importantly accessible to a global audience. As their stunts got bigger, so did their reach. Brand deals, Guinness World Records, even their own TV show. It was clear that trick shots weren't just a hobby anymore. They were a multi-million-dollar industry. Who wins this round? Whilst the old school trick shot legends paved the way, Dude Perfect took trick shots and turned them into a mainstream phenomenon.
Round 5.
There's no shortage of amazing trick shot channels out there. From the Hewlett brothers, mastering insane shots from their home, to Pongfinity, showing off mind-boggling ping-pong precision, to Andy Trick Shots, pushing the boundaries of tricks. These creators are keeping the spirit of trick shots alive and well. They've all brought fresh ideas, creativity, and raw skill to the table, each adding their own twist on the art of trick shots. But there's one thing all these channels have in common. Dude Perfect.
Dude Perfect.
No one does it quite like them. The scale, the production value, the sheer number of records, and the global reach. While others may have pioneered certain elements of the trick shot world or brought new ideas to the table, Dude Perfect has managed to make trick shots an international phenomenon. Whether it's basketball shots from insane heights, elaborate trick shot battles, or bringing larger-than-life stunts to the masses, Dude Perfect has set the gold standard. And while the Hewlett brothers, Pongfinity, and Andy Trick Shots all bring something new and exciting to the game, it's clear no one is coming close to the scale, the innovation, or the legacy that Dude Perfect has built. In the end, it's not just about the shots themselves. It's about how they've taken trick shots and turned them into a global spectacle that has inspired millions around the world. So, who wins this ultimate showdown? While the competition is fierce, it's hard to argue that Dude Perfect's blend of skill, spectacle, and influence takes the final point. And there you have it. The battle of trick shot titans is over, and while many channels brought their A game, Dude Perfect proved once again that they're the ones setting the bar in the world of trick shots. Who do you think is the true king of trick shots? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more epic showdowns like this one.